Marcus, I want to transition on here over to you because the drought of the preseason, unfortunately, does continue for you guys. 20-12 against the Rams, obviously a pretty good opportunity for you guys to kind of show maybe what you're made of against a team in the Rams that I think we're all expecting to potentially represent the NFC in the Super Bowl of this year. And great coaching, great depth from starters to third-team offense, third-team defense. What were your biggest takeaways about this game?
Well, going into the game, I felt that it was going to be very vanilla just because we do play them later on in the season. And, obviously, we barely saw any ones. The most action Mahomes got was, I will say Mahomes did dress up in gear. And my biggest takeaway from the game was, really, Mahomes is guarding guys one-on-one before the game. They're all getting warmed up and whatnot. He's a guarding receiver. So I was like, okay, he's looking pretty good out there. He's looking spry. So I was very happy to see that. But, yeah, I mean, on top of it being a game where you saw mostly 2s, 3s, and 4s out there, I mean, both these teams are playing each other in midway through the season. They're going to give a vanilla game plan. They're not showing anything. So, and you kind of saw that. I mean, the game was pretty boring up until the midway, 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Then you saw a touchdown. All the Ty Simpson hype. It's like, guys, it scored 6 points going into that 8-minute mark of that fourth quarter. Okay, so Ty Simpson did well. I'm not knocking it, but it was against scrubs, 4s and 5s. Guys we'll never talk about or hear from again. Guys who may be playing in the UFL next season. So that's my thing on the Ty Simpson stuff. But I liked what I saw from, like I said, R. Mason Thomas came in, guy who I expect to give us a pass rush edge that we haven't had in a while, a guy who just comes in as a certified pass rusher. And he also showed flashes of kind of holding down the edge for run support. So I was intrigued by that. I said Cyrus Allen came in and looked good. It's one thing for guys to dominate training camp practice. It's another thing to go out and show it against another team, and he did do that. And I thought that was huge because, I mean, he's expected to be part of our starting offense or at least getting a lot of reps with the one. So I thought that was huge as well. But, yeah, I made a comment about the penalties. Sure, we need to clear that up. But, these are guys who aren't going to be – the majority of those penalties came from guys who will never see the light of day. Probably won't make the 53-man roster. So, that's where I have with that. Andrew Armstrong was a guy that we signed as a futures contract in February. He was UDFA from, I think he was signed by the Miami Dolphins. Then he went to the Lions last year. And then we signed him in a futures deal. It's 6'4". Coming out of college, he led the SEC in receiving. I mean, his numbers were fantastic in the SEC. I mean, 6'4" guy. I think he ran a 4.48 or 4.5 40. And I don't understand why a guy like that didn't catch on. And sometimes you see some of these guys' measurables and they don't catch on for whatever reason. But he had the stats behind it. And during that game, he only caught one ball, but multiple times you saw him downfield just throwing DBs. And it's one thing to have a receiver go and catch balls. It's great, run routes. They can all catch and do that. But it's the gritty stuff. It's throwing DBs down and blocking out there. That's stuff that I was, I like seeing from a guy like that. And then, you saw a depth from tight ends. Obviously, it's Kelsey's tight end room, but you saw Jake Briningstool from Clemson come out, second-year guy. I have high hopes on him. He should have been drafted last year, but he went and ended up being a UDFA. But he tore it up on Saturday. So there's a lot of little things that I liked. Again, it's a loss. I like to win. I'm not saying I don't want to win a preseason game. I'd like to win, but again, I'm not going to be like, oh man, 7 straight. Oh, what am I going to do? I don't. That's not where I'm at with it.
I know you kind of mentioned this a little bit before, kind of just looking at, what the Rams offense was able to do more specifically with Ty Simpson. We said this at the top of the show, though. Obviously, your depth does matter. And usually with these preseason games, that's more so what you're taking away is what is this depth going to look like behind your starters for the upcoming season. And the rookie's first game going 21 of 25, 190, averaging 9 yards per throw, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a 125 overall rating, along with 1 carry on the ground that went for -1 yard. So we're kind of seeing that pure pocket passing quarterback in Ty Simpson. Are you worried about this defense or the depth of this defense at all for Kansas City headed into next year?
I would say as far as linebackers, I am worried about our depth in the linebacking room. DB-wise, no. I mean, I like our DBs. And if you watch a lot of the Ty Simpson stuff, it was a lot of checkdowns to tight ends and backs. I mean, that's what you're going to see with rookie quarterbacks anyway. There's a lot of checkdowns, roll out, throw a tight end or a running back out of the backfield. But quite honestly, I'm not holding anything to that. Great game by him, but I already had a kind of a scare with our linebackers. God forbid anything happens to Bolton or Tranquil. then we're moving into guys like who play special teams, like the Jack Cochrans of the world. And I don't think any Chief fan wants to see Jack Cochran on the. A lot of Chief fans don't even want to see him on the team, let alone playing as a story as a linebacker for us. So, so I would say the depth of the linebackers is the only thing that really kind of jumps out to me as far as what Ty Simpson was able to do to us.
Hey, man, me and him got the same last name, so I would love to see him thrive, honestly. Maybe not on the Chiefs, maybe on, my squad, but I'm a big fan of him. Big fan. I know nothing about him, but big fan after you hearing you say that. But Simone, let's go on over to you. You see what happened there with the Kansas City Chiefs falling to the Rams, more specifically, Ty Simpson in his first game as a pro, absolutely dominating. What were your thoughts on that?
I mean, Ty Simpson, man, it's just I'm surprised that he came out and looked the way he did, especially against the Chiefs. Now, granted, of course, it's against backups. But yeah, definitely a big showing. And of course, with him balling now, they're going to compare him to Fernando Mendoza. And I will say he looked better in this one game, at least against in his first preseason game, throwing 2 touchdowns out there. And I agree with Marcus. I like to win too, but we lost, but it's okay. It gets better from here on. But overall, I think there's some good things to see out of the depth there. Harrison Butker, being the MVP for the day, scoring 4 field goals and whatnot. Emmett Johnson is a standout that I didn't know much about, but watching the game, I was like, oh, okay, got to keep an eye on him. But honestly, there wasn't really like a lot of big takeaways I had from it, other than seeing Ty Simpson go out there and ball out. A lot of the young rookie quarterbacks look pretty good in their preseason games. I mean, Garrett Nussmeier was pretty solid too. So I think overall, just a solid showing from a lot of the depth guys here.
Yeah, Emmett Johnson. Good stat about Emmett Johnson. He forced 10 missed tackles on Saturday. Wow. No other player forced more than 5 missed tackles.
Oh, I do got one more question because Marcus, my cousin actually plays for you guys, but I don't know anything about like how he's doing. Jaden Ott.
Yeah.
How he's been in camp, because I know it's the running back.
We have a very stacked running back room, but like he looked good on Saturday in that game in like the third and fourth quarter. But yeah, he's a stud, man. And we also have his running backs coach from Oklahoma with DeMarco Murray being there too. So, but no, he's looked good. I just don't maybe practice squad, but I just don't see him with there's so many guys in that running back room. I don't see him making the top 3 or 4. I don't even know how many we're going to keep, but yeah, that'll be tough. But yeah, he's a stud. I like Ott.
So hold up here, Simone, because you fooled me one too many times here, man, with this cousin talk. Like
that's a pretty obscure one. That's an obscure one.
No way. I actually know like that. He's half Samoan, half black. He's a Juju Smith. Yeah.
Wait, is that the reason he's your cousin?
No. I know him. I know his family. That's actual family. I'm just saying some people don't know that he's half Samoan though.
Huh? He's like legitimate family.
Legitimate family, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I asked,
Well, we were at the Super Bowl, and I'm talking to Simone about different players, like guys are on the Patriots and Raiders. He's like, oh, that guy's my cousin. Like, that's your cousin? He's like, yeah, he's Samoan. I was like,
well, if they're Samoan, they are my cousin.
No, wait, hold up. Like your actual cousin, or just like, that's my dude. You know what I mean? So
if they're doing good, they're my cousin. If not, no.
Yeah, you fooled me one too many times. So I just wanted to check, like real cousin or like cousin.
DJ, you my cousin too.
Hey, let's go. DJU.
Starting quarterback.
All right. Well, before we get on over to David to get his thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs, certainly excited to hear you talk about that one. Of course, got to give a big shout out to one of our sponsors of the channel over at RotoWire. You guys might remember RotoWire from last year, because there's only one place to make sure that you are dominating your fantasy leagues, and that's with our amazing friends over at RotoWire. It's the time to make sure that you are winning these leagues, because it's time to draft, whether it's for bragging rights, whether it's for money. You want to make sure that you end up on top, and to be completely honest with you, the only way to do that is with the plugin of RotoWire. And right now, with a new NFL season here, we have a brand new offer for you guys, where if you use the link in the description box below and use the promo code you see on the screen, RTS, you will get a whopping 25% off on your first month of RotoWire. RotoWire is a plugin for all of your drafting processes to make sure that you end up with the best players all the way from the first round all the way to the last round. And they got some really great features here that are different from what we saw last year, all the way from advanced analytics to customize league settings to see expert rankings. You can build a draft plan plan before the big day. You also have a mock draft simulator to get in all of the practice before the big day comes along. You also got My League Sync, custom cheat sheets, and they have a mobile app to make things easier on you. So no longer do you just have to go to the website. You have it from the comfort of your own phone. To go along with that, they also updated their in-season tools to have waiver wire rankings updated weekly, trade analyzers, competitive insights, and draft scores. You can use RotoWire no matter what you're using. Sleeper, ESPN, the NFL app, it'll plug right into that for you to make sure that you are guided come draft day. Big shout out to our great friends over at RotoWire. You want to give a big shout out to our amazing friends over at Prize Picks, because all you guys got to do is pick more or pick less on a few player stats in order to create a lineup. And with a new NFL season here, what does that mean? It means Prize Picks has a brand new offer here for you guys. All you have to do is play $5 and get $150 in lineups if you win that $5 lineup. All you got to do is click the link in the description box below. That's going to take you to download the Prize Picks app. Most importantly, when you sign up, use the promo code you see on the screen, HMA. Again, that is HMA. And as soon as you play your first $5 lineup and win, you will get $150 in free lineups. That's right. Prize Picks just switched up their offer, so there's no better time to join, lock in, and win that first lineup. Prize Picks is available in most states, including California, Texas, Florida, and New York, but it's not limited to those states. As always, play responsibly, play within your means, but Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app. As you can see here, got a little parlay already mixed up here, a little lineup already mixed. We got Devon Achane. We're going to take the over on receiving yards for that, under on Ashton Genty rushing yards, and the over on Malik Willis passing yards. Of course, Raiders fans, you guys are the professionals here, so we want to know your thoughts about this lineup in the comment section below. Simone, I know you don't like this lineup. That's all right, though. That's all right. Play smart, though. Play smart. That's all we
You
have.
just need to slide for the refund at this point, Don.
Just slide for the refund. What's your win? Bring back the Michael Myers stance. He's going to rush for 1,000 yards, right?
Yeah.
That's your thought there? All right. Let's go on up over to you, David. What are your thoughts here on the Kansas City Chiefs' first preseason game?
Yeah, so Marcus, there's been a guy that I've been paying attention to a lot on the Chiefs because he goes back. I'm a CU grad. I have a Buffs channel too, but somebody that I have kind of been hate watching, I'll be honest, has been your undrafted offensive lineman, Khalil Benson. And if you give me a moment, I'll tell you the story of why I've been hate watching him. But yeah, at first he transferred from Indiana to Colorado for the 2024 season. And man, he was talking a lot for a guy who had a PFF pass blocking grade of like 45 and given up like over 30 pressures the year prior. And he was talking about how, hey, we're going to come in here. I'm going to play for Pat Shurmur. We're going to protect Shador, right? Don't touch two. This guy was talking about launching this merch thing all off season long. And then he finally drops the DT2 shirts. You know what day he dropped it on? April Fools. I kid you not. He dropped it on April 1st, and that's when I started to get really concerned, man. And the Buffs went up to give up, 40-plus sacks. He was benched halfway through the season, and then it really, ticked me off because we were getting memed by teams, and he quit and left before the bowl game against BYU. So we had to play our 4-string right tackle, and it was a walk-on. It was a disaster. You go and see him win a national championship in Indiana, but he was benched at halftime, guys, because Ruben Bain was cooking him. So I've been wondering, all right, how's this guy going to do with the Chiefs? He's taking first-team reps at right tackle, at guard. If he's going up against Nick Bonino, man, it's going to be toast Monday night. Well, good news for Chiefs fans. I saw him play that first series at guard, and I got to tell you what, Marcus, he looked pretty damn good. So, hats off to Khalil Benson, but I'm still going to be hate watching here from Bronco land.
Yeah, he's been a revelation for sure. His story, I think I might have talked about it in the first episode, but to go from going undrafted to go to a rookie minicamp invite and then get signed from that, and then to go to do that and then be starting as in the rotation for the one spot. I don't think he's going to start at right tackle. I think they're still going to go with Jalen Moore. But since Trey Smith's been out, he's gone to guard. And he looked, like you said, he looked good at guard in that first series. But, yeah, he's been quite a revelation, that whole story. I mean, it's just wild.
Yeah. I always love these little things that I can look for to hate on my division rivals with. So, yeah, I was happy to see him go there.
Offensive lineman from another team.
Some details.
I do love the look though. Like you don't see a lot of like players rock the cowboy collar. I mean that needs to be a thing. I need to see more offensive linemen rocking the cowboy collar. How come no one does that?
So nice, so cool looking.
It's so badass. No one does it anymore.
You know, Marcus, maybe we should get you one. Maybe we should just have you suited up every time you go to a game. You know,
there we go.
Throw one of those on you. But
the neck roll, is that what you're talking about? The neck roll?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, like Andrew, speaking of the neck roll, let's go over to you. You know, let's go over to you, and let's go over to you, and let's talk about those Kansas City Chiefs.
Man, they look good, man. I look, at the end of the day, again, they struggled. I mean, they moved the ball, but they struggled in the red zone. That was kind of the thing I took away from it mostly, is that they just did not make it happen. They settled for field goals and a lot of penalties. 12 penalties, Marcus? Is that right? So, 83 total penalty yards. But it was interesting that you guys moved the balls pretty much as well as the Rams did. The Rams only had 321 yards. You had 314. So, look, I think you guys did great. You just couldn't punch it in the end zone. And, you know, I think that's where Patty Mahomes is going to be your guy moving forward if he's, quote unquote, healthy. So we'll see how that plays out. But, look, I love Harrison Butker. Like he was 4 for 4. I mean, he's awesome. Fields was 4 for 4 with 41 yards. Interesting to see how that plays out moving forward. Emmett Johnson looked good. 12 carries, 59 yards. Look, you're still the Chiefs. I know everyone – for whatever reason, everyone I talk to is like, oh, the Chiefs aren't going to be good this year. Man, they're still the Chiefs. You still got Andy Reid. You still got Patrick Mahomes. You know, we'll see what happens. And I am curious, what is your thoughts about him starting week 1? Because I'm still a little bit in the camp that he's probably not going to start week 1. I want to hear your thoughts since this is the first time on the podcast with you this year.
I mean, he's cleared. He's cleared. I mean, in order to get the apparently the test they ran with him, and most anybody they had to go through a certain physical test to get cleared to go back from ACL. But like they're not messing around. This is their ticket for the next 10 years, right? So you're not gonna force him out there. So apparently he had to get clearance to even practice. Again, the one thing that the only thing I don't like is the fact that he's. Based on what Andy Reid said, he's not going to play at all during preseason. So his first time actually getting contact is going to be against Denver, and that's just for me. And I get it, he's been playing for a long time, so it's not oh man, but it's a different mindset, man. He's going to be different this year just because mentally, he can do. I mean, he's clear to do all the things, but you're mentally not clear. You feel like you can't do a lot of these things, and just to learn that throughout the season, it's going to be tough. But I think he's going to play. I think they'll keep 3 quarterbacks on the roster. Usually they keep 2, but they'll keep 3 just for the fact